In today's world, we only watch the endings, a flashy success story or the brutal collapse. But we don't hear about the full journey that it took to get there. The late nights, tough calls, moments of doubt. On In Between Sips, we dive deep into the raw, unfiltered stories of what these business owners and leaders have been through and who they became along the way. So pull up a chair, pour a cup, and join us. We're just getting started. Because we all know the best conversations happen in between sips. Ryan, thanks for coming in. Let's take our shots that we take at 37 years old.
Deal. Ginger, turmeric, lemon, black pepper, apple, by the way.
I think this is Matthew's first wellness shot he's ever taken. Matthew in the back.
Yeah. Got a little kick going down.
That's delicious.
Shout out Westies.
Shout out Westy. Yeah, it's fun. Every time we have a guest on the show, I always ask them, like, what do you want to sip on? And it's always so surprising what people say at times. Mm-hmm. Like I've had, guests say, I want to sip on herbal tea. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But that means I'm sipping on herbal tea or whatever. With you, I already knew it was going to be some sort of health, wellness, all that fun stuff. And so when you said Westies, I was like, oh, this is great. Right up the road, delicious. And then I thought it would also be a funny joke to be like, hey, we're taking shots on the show.
Absolutely.
But at 37 years old, these shots look a little different. Do they not?
Yeah, it's not tequila these days.
We'll save those stories for another time. But I'm so pumped to have you on the show. You're my brother, best friend, chiropractor extraordinaire. So thanks for coming on. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Let's do it. We wanted the blue one, and the blue one is delicious.
The blue one is delicious. I've never had the blue one. It's got spirulina in it.
Yes. That's what makes it blue.
You're like my resident health expert. I feel fortunate because you said you're going through chiropractic school. In the back of my head, I was like, I'm going to have like a resident health expert the rest of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things where pretty much every conversation starts out with oh, do you know, or my back this, or my back that. I mean, you can't get around it. Just once you wear a chiropractic something or other, one or two times, and people see you in the grocery store, or you always get the same question.
They know exactly what you're going for.
Exactly.
Do they come up and ask you questions as you're sampling in Sprouts, or is that no?
No, I usually try to steal my chocolate covered walnut out of the container when they're not looking, so that people don't come up to me.
Hey, it's a good business endeavor. It's like, hey,
yes.
They come up to you. Oh, you need an adjustment? Okay, let's do this. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So walk us through. I mean, I know I've been fortunate to hear your journey, from early on, probably from more reputable sources like Jessie Jones. She tells me Jessie Wilk now, of course, but she tells me the real truth as well. Yeah. But I've been fortunate to watch you go through school, start your own business, and all the fun things in between, being a business owner, healthcare professional, etc. But walk me through that moment when you thought, okay, I want to be a chiropractor, right? Was it early on? Was it, in college? What point in that? Like, Walk me through that.
Yeah, I was actually in high school. Let's see. I think the first thing that I can kind of remember with all of that was I just had an interest in sports in general, right? So you, as an athlete growing up, in our day, we played everything, unlike the kids nowadays who are very specialized. But we would go from season to season to season, and we loved all of our sports. And so I always had an interest in body movement, biomechanics, those kinds of things. Yep. And
when you were always great at sports, like you were the guy that was athletic at everything. And so like you could pick up a sport in like a week.
Yeah. Just, good at everything, great at nothing in the sports world. But I could pick up pretty much everything. Yeah. You just have a little hand-eye coordination and you're good. But so my thought kind of always started around, well, what do I want to do with athletes? And so I looked into like the athletic training stuff and the physical therapy stuff, and all that stuff was interesting, but I ended up going to a chiropractic visit with my brother, who was in a car accident. And the guy was super cool. My brother talked highly of him, and we had some other conversations, and one night between my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college, made the decision. And it was like, we're going to go the chiropractic route. I want to work with athletes, athletic trainer for the Phoenix Suns. The Steve Nash era was our era, right? So you always want to be the guy for all the big guys.
Yeah.
Right. So that I always thought that would be the coolest thing, be on the sidelines. We can jump ahead a little bit, but went through undergrad up at NAU, went through chiropractic school. And while in chiropractic school, at no point in time did I ever want to deviate from being a chiropractor through all this. It was the thing I was going to do, but the focus is kind of deviate, right? You go down. What
caused that confidence real quick? Like you say, I wanted to be a chiropractor, like nothing derailed you from that. You had different specialties, but like, what do you think that confidence came from?
That's a great question.
Like you were just so dead set on it.
Yeah. I mean, if I would answer it back then, I don't know if I really knew that answer, right? It was just, that was the next thing that was on the agenda, right?
It was to help people in the healthcare industry.
You get into college and it's like, yes, I like this biology stuff. Yes, I like the chemistry stuff. I can get through these classes. I don't have to do, sociology, which is great because those classes were boring, right? So you kind of just like follow the path. Like, yes, I still like this. Yes, I still like this. Senior year, had a chance to do a cadaver lab up at NAU. Oof. It was, yes, I still like this, right? And it's kind of just a path of like little hinges swing big doors. Like you go through these little things step by step by step by step, and you end up with a big change in the end. But I don't know if at any one time I was like, oh yeah, I'm so determined to become a chiropractor. It just kind of naturally flowed and happened. Yeah. But I always had the interest. So at no point in time during that process did the interest go away. Mm-hmm. Right. So fast forward a little bit, chiropractic school, right? You get in there and the first year is a grind. I'm talking 6 to 7 days a week, from the time you wake up until about 11:30 at night, and then you just repeat. And so it's definitely draining, but you get towards the middle of the chiropractic curriculum and you get more hands-on stuff, and you get the opportunity to kind of find your path in the chiropractic world, right? You got all different ways you can go. Yeah. And I found out that the sports world wasn't actually for me.
Really? Was that a shock to you? Like you had your mind set on that for so long?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a shock. I think I don't know if there was a one determining factor for it, but one of the biggest players was seeing these people in private practice who were having fun, who were very successful, who were living a healthy lifestyle, who were in a place that I could see myself in the future, and going, maybe it's not about being the chiropractor for LeBron James, right? Or being the chiropractor for USA Soccer, or like whatever it was at the time. Maybe it's more just about helping people. And so I actually ended up going down a path that was completely different, which is more of the family realm, right? I did training with pediatrics, did training with pregnancy. And then, lo and behold, you just find your way down that road and learning the different processes to get to that point. And so, it was like a little bit of a path deviation, right? But I feel like at all times it was kind of part of the journey. Yeah.
Was there a point that you were going through chiropractic school? I'm sure you had many of them, but like, what was the most shocking point where you like had to sit back for a minute and go, I didn't expect this in school. Is there any maneuvers you thought were
any maneuvers? Yeah. I mean, let me give you the real answer first, and then we'll give you the fake answer. Yeah. Or the other answer. No, I mean, I think the real answer is the shock and awe comes with your first national boards, where you do 2 straight days of national board testing with the rest of the country, everybody who is going through chiropractic school at that time, at the same exact time on the same exact days. And you do 440 straight questions in one day. And then the second day you do 220 straight questions. 660 questions at the end of your first year of chiropractic school.
Oh my gosh.
And you have to pass it.
Was it a pass fail or is it?
You got to pass each section.
Each section, yeah.
If you pass, I think it's, don't quote me on this one, but I think if it's like you pass 4, then you only have to take the other 2 at a separate time. But if you don't pass up to 4, then you have to take them all. And they all cost money, and you're still going through chiropractic school. So you're not studying for that, but you're studying for boards.
Oh gosh.
And you're going to specialized board training on the weekends at a hotel lobby. And like, it's crazy, crazy stuff. So I think that's the big like shock and awe, was just the amount of content that you tried to retain.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, everybody goes back to the adjusting part, but yes, RC, there is an internal coccyx maneuver, which I think is self-explanatory.
Yes.
Most people use the old, some people don't. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that was a good conversation early on in the chiropractic career. We probably were just sitting on the phone or something.
Oh yeah, shocked the heck out of me.
Yeah, talking
like, what
about,
kind of maneuver is that? Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh.
Talking about some randomness.
Yeah. It definitely caught me off guard. That's why I had to lay it down on camera, because it was.
And how was yours the first time you had it done?
I had 0 done. I've had 0 internal coccyx maneuvers done. Just to be clear.
To date.
To date,
yeah.
No, that's awesome. But man, that's crazy to have to go through all that while you're going through school as well. It's, I don't think a lot of people see that, right? They see the end result. They see, okay, you're graduated, but that's a lot of questions. And it's not like ChatGPT was around, right? It's not.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, so in all reality, you actually have 4 of those. Yeah. So you have 4 national board exams. So and each one is a little bit different. The first one's heavy questions.
Yep.
As you go through, your last one is 100% practical.
Wow.
It's all hands-on. It's all based on your knowledge of how you diagnose, how you can work through a patient, and making sure that you're ready for the real world, per se. Yeah. Right. So there is a progression in what you do on those national boards. But yeah, you technically have 4 of them. So it was shocking.
Yeah.
But there's no other option. I mean, you're all going through it together.
Yeah,
and
you have to do it. You had like your cohort, right?
Oh yeah. You have your cohort, and then you have people that you just naturally, kind of gravitate towards together in order to learn.
Yeah.
And so, like my first year, it was me, a guy named Ryan Hanstad,
another Ryan in the conversation.
Yeah, another Ryan in the conversation, Jonathan Dawson and Jess Mitchell, and we would rock it in the Biola library because it was open till midnight, many nights a week. And they're all successfully practicing, and it's awesome to see, and it's a wonderful thing. But yeah,
that's cool. And so you're going through school. Most chiropractic paths, right? There's a few different options, right? You can join a practice, you can start your own practice.
Yeah.
At what point, I mean, you're a very determined individual, but at what point did you think, okay, I don't want to just be a chiropractor, but the entrepreneurship route was right for me?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I had this weird, I don't even know where it came from. It probably came from something in my childhood. I have no idea.
Something, yeah.
But at some point in time in my life, I think I just said, I don't ever want to work for anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know where it comes from. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, you can learn a lot from people, and joining a practice would have been an awesome thing to do. I would have learned a lot about practice management and about building a business and about retaining clients and about, all the things that you could have learned from somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. And, so I just ended up, not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just,
just
paying to learn for all of it, making my mistakes, and
dove right in.
Yeah. Just diving right in. Yeah. So I started right out of school. It was one of those things where I graduated in December of 13 and, had the practice going December of 14. So it took me 1 year. I did do a little bit of fill-in work for a couple of docs on the adjusting end, and I did do, I had to do like a whole build out for an office space and things like that. Yeah. Fortunately, I found a great spot, and I found someone that would gave me an opportunity, to be honest with you, because a lot of times you need collateral and you need a background in order to be able to rent a commercial place, right? Like they want a business plan. They want to see your last 3 years of income. They want to make sure you can pay your rent. And I found someone that kind of just took a chance on me. He was a local business owner and he had been around a long time. And so I kind of got a little fortunate with that.
Yeah. Any prior relationship to him?
Zero.
Or just like called him up one day or?
Yeah, that's a funny story. I was out working out and I had been looking at a couple of different locations, right? And I always wanted to be kind of in the newer part of town. I had a mentor of mine that, one of his stories when he opened up was I was the most northwest chiropractor in the valley right now.
That's true.
And now he is on 43rd and Thunderbird.
Wow.
Okay. So that one at one point in time was the most northwest chiropractor in the valley.
There's probably like orange groves around it
yeah,
too, right?
exactly. Like
that's all it was.
Literally.
Orange groves.
And so I always kind of wanted to be in that part of town that was the newer, up and coming, wanted lots of families, wanted it to be nice, wanted it to be new. And I went for a workout. I was kind of hopping from the couple of properties that I was looking at. And I went to this one that was newly listed. And I saw a sign on there and it said like run by Essex Corporation. And I was looking around in the complex and Essex Corporation was in there. And I was like, all right, I'm sweaty. I got gym shorts on. I got just a regular t-shirt on. Yeah. I'm just going to go and see if like the property manager's in there just to talk with them.
Yeah.
Well, sure enough, the owner was in there and another guy who he worked with, who's an attorney that I know they did like a lot of business stuff together. I don't know the exact relationship, and they were in there. And I didn't know who they were.
Glad you showed up looking your best.
Randomly showed up.
I think it workout.
Yeah, I think it was like 40 minutes of talking.
Wow.
He asked if I had any prior experience with anything. Had to give him the honest answer.
No, I'm fresh out of school.
Yeah.
Isn't that your best client?
Yeah, exactly.
Your best tenant?
And then he took me over to the spot that was, there was a company that had been in there for a while and they were moving to a bigger space. And they basically needed to gut it because of how it was broken up.
Yeah.
And I needed to sign a 5-year lease and they would do the full tenant improvement for me. They gutted it. They built it out exactly how we wanted to. It cost me $0.
Yeah.
It was maybe the best experience and best find I could have ever had. Yeah. And I still see Mr. De Niro around and still say hi to him and still thank him for that initial opportunity. I don't know where I would have ended up if that space actually wouldn't have worked out, because the other space that I was looking at, I couldn't put a chiropractic office in there because even though it was kind of still in the same complex-ish, but there was a different chiropractic office that I couldn't have been in this other location. So I'm not sure where it ended up if it wasn't for that spot and just like being there at that right time, willing to go and talk to the property manager who I thought was the property manager, running into the owner talking to me, getting to know me as a person instead of me as a on paper, P&L figure. Yeah. And so that's kind of how it went, man. It was actually pretty wild how it panned out.
I remember you were like reviewing the contract with me. We were looking at it, right? You're just sharing some details. You're like, this is a lot of money for like rent, like, like first endeavor, right? Just, it's a startup business. And it was a fun time it's like, oh yeah, that's it's a 5-year contract, and you're just going to go for it. Yeah. Kudos to you. I mean, Rhino Family Chiropractic is thriving. Yeah. You guys are up to how many patients, like 160 visits a week now, or?
Yeah. Anywhere from, 160. Yeah. It's probably 160, 180. Yeah. Sometimes 200. We've had 200 a couple of times and we just kind of hover right in that range. Yeah. And, it's a very awesome place to be right now in life because everything is at a point now where I feel like most people want to be there. They don't have to be there. Yep. We've kind of created that environment and that community where people want to stay healthy. They want to get adjusted because they know the benefits of it. And it's a cool environment to be in right now. Yeah.
Well, so let's walk back a little bit then because it's good now. But when you first started, right? Yeah. Signed the contract. Everything's rolling. I can remember so many late nights because I had just started Striventa maybe a year, because you had to wait that next year, right? So I had started a year before, and like it's the epitome of a startup business, right? You're seeing patients, but then you're having to work on the business, in the business at all other hours. I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head how many times there was only 24-hour coffee houses open in downtown Phoenix. And it was like, all right, let's go down there. Let's work because we got to stay up and stay motivated.
Late nights with the Ryans, baby.
Late nights with the Ryans. I think our wife's called it Adventures with the Ryans. Yeah. You never knew what was going to happen.
Never knew.
But it was like, we got to work on the business. We got to keep pushing each other. And we got to stay awake. Yeah. I think that was like, I can remember so many times we were driving down the 101, just like, are you tired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you tired? Yeah. All right, let's go find a random coffee house that's open 24 hours so we can just keep working.
You know what the funny thing is, and we kind of had this conversation recently, actually, but I didn't really like put a number on it.
Yeah.
Is what part of those late nights do you, like what percentage of what we were doing in those late nights do you think was actually productive in pushing the right direction?
In pushing the right direction?
Yeah. Like as far as the content you were doing or the X, Y, or Z that you were working on, what percentage of that?
I would say it was 95% learning what not to do, the lessons. So 5%. Because if you think about it, like that's a great question. Like we were so busy working on things that we thought were helping the business move forward. But yeah, in hindsight, we were just a bunch of 24, 25-year-olds like just trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to help people grow a business.
Yeah.
I loved it. You wanted to help people get healthy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a fun question to reflect on because I'd have to think it was like, I don't know, maybe 10, 20% at most.
It's gotta be like, 10%.
Yeah.
Actually
help move the needle versus like
at most 10%.
The grind of just like, we're grinding, we're doing it.
And that's what it really came down to, right? It was like, it didn't really matter what it was that you were working on or what it ended up being in the future.
Yeah.
All it really mattered was you were doing it with somebody along the same path because you understood each other, even though you didn't even have to talk about it. You just understood each other.
Just understood it.
And it taught you that discipline. It taught you the determination. It taught you and so those late nights, very unproductive.
Yes.
On paper, those late nights on the inside, like the internal being, very big growth, right?
Oh yeah.
So that was awesome.
It was awesome. And
you got any fun stories?
Well, I mean, there's
we got to tell one.
There was, So the one that always comes to mind was, I think it was Grand Central before it was Grand Central. I forget what the original name, but it was off of Central Avenue. There's a coffee house.
Yeah.
And they had just opened up. And this is the one that is just burned into my memory because I remember we walked in and they were still open 24 hours and like nobody was there. No. It was like maybe 5 people. It was a 2-story coffee house. Yep. So you and I like, this place is awesome.
It had some drinks too.
Yeah. It had some drinks. Yeah. And And it was like open late. There's nobody there. And I felt like you and I looked at that as like, we got the run of the place.
Yeah.
Like we could work wherever we want. And so started working like on the downstairs table, waited for our drinks, to get there. And like, oh, let's go check up upstairs. And I can remember like it was late for sure. We were tired. I was tired. I mean, it was like back-to-back days of working. Like we finally found a place that was like, okay, this is a cool place. We can stay up and work. Yeah. And all of a sudden I looked as we're going up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, there's this door, but it's not really a door.
Yeah, it's like a Hobbit door.
It's like a Hobbit door. There's no door handle. And I remember looking back at you, like, because I think, you were behind me on the left walking up the stairs. And I was like, I don't know where that door goes, but we have to go through it.
Yes.
And like in true fashion, you're like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like there's always a time for an adventure.
Yes.
And I remember pushing open the door and it's pitch black. I look back at you. It's like, we got to see.
Here we go.
And so we're walking through the pitch black. We take a right immediately because it ends there. I'm like, oh, it ends there. And we look to the right and like, oh no, it's still going. And we keep walking.
I think we should pause for a second and let people think about what we saw. What did they think we saw when we come around this corner?
Yes.
I mean, just give it a second here. And let's just think, what do you think that the audience would say that we saw right here in this moment?
Yeah, a back room, storage room.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Never in my wildest dreams. Yeah.
Ponder it. Because you're never going to guess what we saw.
Never. And so we're walking out and the metal catwalk. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a catwalk. Like there's nothing underneath us. And all of a sudden the curtains are gone and we're standing there. And below us directly is a freaking salsa bar. The band is pumping, hopping, everybody's dancing. And I was like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And then I forget, oh, they can see us.
Yes.
And so everybody like stops dancing and they look up and I didn't know what to do. So you and I were just standing there. We just threw up our hands. Yeah. And the whole place went nuts. Yep. And then there was like a little stairwell. So I remember I was just like walking down there, like, dancing.
We definitely didn't fit in.
I didn't fit in.
Left feet.
I didn't know how to salsa. It was just like, hey, just walking around. And then we went back up the catwalk, the stairwell, across the catwalk, and we resumed working.
Yeah.
I was like,
what a night.
And I thought, Katie is never going to believe. And I thought, well, actually, there's so many adventures that she probably will, but never going to believe that there's a salsa bar next to a coffee house that we were on top of.
Yep.
That was the most fun.
Yeah. Those are some days, man.
Yeah.
You think back to those days and I kind of think back because of how many different fun times we've had. And it's like, even before we were in any of these situations, right? I think back to even farther back when we first started to meet each other.
Yeah.
And hanging out and so I think I wanted to kind of take a second here to change up, and I'm going to do the little bit of the interviewing now.
Oh, is that how this is going to go?
And so I wanted to bring up a couple of pictures of a long time ago. And I wanted to get maybe your input on whether you thought we would ever make it to this point based on these pictures.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just going to show you here, and you're just going to give me
this happen before.
You're just going to give me a little rundown of maybe your thought process of whether we would ever be like, maybe a business owner or even successful. So our very first camping trip to up to Big Lake area, I think we were at. And I believe this is when I jumped over the fire for the first time.
This is true.
But what would you say about these two guys right here?
Yeah. Business owners for sure.
You would think. You would think, right? But
does my shirt say Sparky gets you? Sparky gets you?
Yeah, I think
some free shirt giveaway from ASU probably. Yeah,
with your ASU hat on.
Oh my gosh.
I think that was after we got done playing paintball. But the next one is even better because this one gives a little better understanding of our past relationship.
Did you get with Matthew on this to make sure he edits this in? Are you kidding me?
I'm going to show this one next.
Okay. Oh no. That's so bad. Yeah, at that moment, if you were to say, are these two successful business owners from high school? No.
Yeah, stumped you, huh? Yep.
Stumped me on that one.
Yep.
I honestly didn't think you would bring that out.
And last but certainly not least,
there's another one. Okay.
There is one more, and this one might show a little more of a potential for the future. Yeah. But still not full potential.
That last one, I think, still had a lot of promo opportunities. Like you could tell that, okay, I could run a marketing agency, a sales agency, like promotion, having fun, right?
Yeah.
I'm stretching it a little bit.
Absolutely.
But this next, I don't even know what's going to happen.
Next one is maybe your best dance move I've ever seen.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry, the person's face behind that, who is that behind my wife? The face.
I don't know who that is, but Alyssa's back there and
doesn't know what's going to happen next.
Look at this. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Uncle John. Yeah.
Just a fellow member of the In Between Sips crew.
Yes. At that moment in time, if you were to say, are those two going to be business owners? I don't know. They like to have a good time.
They like to have a good time. We're bringing the party.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, there's a first time for everything on In Between Sips.
You know what they say. You never forget your first. Cheers.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we made it some time before it got off the rails.
Yeah, just a little bit, but we'll get back to it. Get back on track.
Get back on
track. Call me the
here.
coal man, baby. So we'll keep chugging along.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So we're back on track here. We're spending the late nights. You're working hard. You're grinding out.
Yep.
At what point did you start to see the light, though, from all this? You started your chiropractic office. You know, it's like 3-4 years in, probably, right? And you start to have some semblance of like the phase of the entrepreneur, like startup world is starting to dissipate a little bit. There's some light. What was that first kind of moment like, that memory like for you?
Well, I think everybody tells you if you can make it 3 years.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's kind of true, actually.
Yeah.
Like those first 3 years were really tough. You're really finding your way. You were, I think the biggest change for me came when I had a team and I could delegate.
Yeah.
This may sound a little bit weird and funky, but I like to be the monkey in the back. Like I like to be the guy adjusting people.
Just in relation to the last picture you showed, though.
Yes.
You were literally dancing behind me.
Yeah.
The monkey in the back.
Yes. I like to be the monkey in the back, adjusting people, right?
Okay.
Because you go through all of this school, all of this lead up, all of the business building end. But really, the thing you enjoy most is taking care of people. Yeah. So once it got to the point where I could be in the back, I can be adjusting people, I could be focusing in on them one at a time, not having to worry about the phone calls, not having to worry about how to communicate with staff about something about another patient at that very moment when they got a phone call. Like,
did the email campaign go off? Did the notifications go out?
Absolutely. And so once I had a team, that was where the light started.
Yeah.
And then ultimately that delegation just increased more and more and more and more, right?
Yeah.
To the point where I could focus on how do I just grow the business and adjust people. Yeah. So I will say that the best part of my day is spent in the adjusting room.
Yeah.
Right. I love the patient interaction. I love the face-to-face. I love the smiles. I love the reactions to getting adjusted. I love all of that stuff. Yeah. So once I'm able to focus on that, game changer.
Game, set, match. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's also interesting too. You had brought up before kind of these specialties and niches, and I didn't know pediatric adjustments were a thing, really.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you adjust our daughters and always have since birth. Mm-hmm. And it's such a wonderful experience to see it on the parent end. But in terms of like a business and these niches, you know, these are real people, patients struggling with real problems. Yeah. What caused you to want to help the niches that you're in now, like pediatrics, pregnant moms? Yeah. You know, you still help athletes, of course, right? You're still passionate about athletes, but maybe you don't have a dream or a vision of adjusting Shaq. I mean, that'd be a pretty massive adjustment.
That would be massive.
Like,
yes. He's invited over anytime.
Anytime. But where did you, like, how did you know that you wanted to really specialize on those areas?
Yeah. Oh, that's a good question. I think it's kind of dependent on the area, right? I wanted to focus on expecting moms kind of from the beginning. And I had some mentors in my preceptors when I was in chiropractic school towards the end of my chiropractic career in Pasadena. And Dr. Chris and Adana were awesome at showing how they run their practice and giving me insight. And the cool part is, now that I'm looking back at it, is if you can affect and have a positive impact on a mom's life, you affect everybody.
The whole family, yeah.
The whole family. So first and foremost.
That's really insightful, actually, yeah.
Man, and I'll tell you what, I see it every darn day. Like pregnancy-wise, mom, you have to take care of mom. Yeah. Mom is the most important. After pregnancy, not talked about enough, and it's not just chiropractic, it's everything to go along with pregnancy, postpartum stuff, is taking care of mom, because everybody follows mom's lead, right? Mom is the most important. Yeah. And then when you affect mom, you also affect dad. Yep. You affect kids. You affect the grandparents. you see the aunts and uncles. And I have so many families that I see, it's just multi-generational, right? I see a lot of families where it's 3 generations. Wow. And I mean, every week.
Yeah.
Right. And so you see those things happen, and it's like, it's really cool because I did start to market and target and go after that pregnancy population because chiropractic gets such great results with pregnancy. Yeah. And I felt like that was a great place to start.
It's not talked about a lot either. Like, I mean, now it is a little bit more, but back when you first started, like, I mean, maybe it's just my naivety in the industry, but as a patient, like, I had no idea about pregnancy adjustments and kids and like.
Well, I think you're kind of right. I mean, I think the movement of moms wanting natural healing options, especially when they're pregnant, because a lot of moms think, I'm pregnant, I'm in pain. You can't go the other direction. You just got to deal with it. Yeah. And that's totally not the case, right? Yeah. I mean, we see pregnant women at 32 weeks feel better than they did at week 20, right? And they go, I haven't moved this well in forever. Like, this is great, right? Why did I wait so long? But yeah, I think it's become more and more popular, especially as moms are looking more towards that. They're looking more towards natural birthing options. They're saying, maybe I start with, do I want a home birth? Then do I want a birthing center birth? Then do I want a hospital birth? Instead of always assuming that you go to the hospital first and then the other options are for crazy people, right? Yeah. So like it's one of those things.
It's interesting how it has flipped.
It's flipped. Yeah. It's continuing to flip. Yeah. And so being a resource in that world is important, right? And it takes a big team in that world for someone to get the full understanding. Chiropractic is a big piece of the puzzle. I think it's a foundational piece of the puzzle, to be honest with you. Yeah. And then you can find your other support systems along the way, whether it's your midwives, your doulas, your lactation consultants, and all of that kind of stuff. And so I felt like it was a really big opportunity to create that network and be kind of in that world from the get-go. And that's how my practice grew. That's what it started as. I still see a lot of expecting moms. I have a lot in the 30-something weeks right now. Yeah. We're going to have a lot of late August, early September babies, which is, that Christmas time baby. And so it's kind of cool to see. You're going to see a lot of births coming up. Yeah. And so I still see a lot of them, but it's kind of gravitated to now seeing whole families and seeing everybody. And so if I don't see a less than 1-year-old and an over 80-year-old every single day, it's very surprising.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah. Do you think, I mean, not to jump into it by way of, just wanting to talk about it, but I think there is an important flip that occurred. Like you're saying, okay, now it's kind of shifted and there's more natural options.
Yeah, thank you, COVID. Come on now.
I was going to ask you, what do you think the defining moment was?
It was that. I mean, I think it was coming because I think the trust in mainstream medicine is going the wrong direction or was going the wrong direction. It might be flipping a little bit now because we got some different leadership and things like that. But COVID helped a ton. I mean, the naturopaths were, wait times of 3 weeks and now they're wait times of 3 months. There are people interested in functional medicine practitioners. There's people interested in how do I recover? Yeah. All the natural recovery stuff where you're cold plunging and you're sauning and
red light
therapies. Yeah. Low level lasers, Hockett systems. There's whole businesses built around it now, right? Wellness type clinics. And so I think one of the bigger flipping points was COVID. I mean, it was pretty obvious the outcome now that we know everything, right?
Going through it though, were you pegged as like the outlier?
Oh, well,
like walk me through what that was like, right?
Yeah. So from the very get-go, I knew it was scammy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty blatantly obvious. I have a crazy story. I was going to a bachelor party for a friend of mine and we were going to San Diego and, it was going to be an awesome time and I didn't want to miss it. And COVID just hit, right? And everybody was freaking out and a bunch of people canceled and they had 2 houses and I pretty much thought I was going to cancel too. I was like, what is going on? And, thought about it a little longer, was like, screw it, I'm going. So I decided to get on the plane
Was this how many months after? Like, because March, I think March was like the defining.
If you gave me like
right?
3 minutes, I could probably find the picture. Yeah. But yeah, it was right around very close to the beginning. And so I decided to go. So I took the first flight out to San Diego in the morning, and because I'd canceled my tickets, and I was like, screw it, I'm going.
Yeah.
And I got through TSA. There was no wait. I got on.
No way, really? No wait?
Zero. I didn't even have to do my pat down. 5-minute TSA massage. I got onto the moving sidewalk to go down to my gate. And as I'm going down that moving sidewalk, since I'm the first one there, the lights are clicking on.
Yeah.
As I'm setting off the sensors.
No.
There was nobody in this airport. And I have a picture on my phone. I think there was 4 of us on the plane to San Diego.
No way. You had a private jet.
Private jet, baby.
Gosh.
It was crazy. And where was I going with that? So, that kind of kicked it off where I was like, okay, something weird going on. Like, there's something not right about it. This is big pharma at its finest, maybe. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe some political things going on. As we know now, it's a little bit of both. And so in my practice, the only thing I changed was we changed our cleaning solution to be one of those FDA compliant cleaning solutions. Oh, okay. That was super hard to get, and they had a list of them, and I got that. Yeah. Right. But we didn't do any masks in our office. We didn't do any.
Did they threaten to shut you down, or did you get any notices or anything like that?
I got the police called on me.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm in the back adjusting people one day, and call the next person back. And from where I call the next person back from, I can see the front door, and there was a police officer standing there. So I called the next person back and adjusted them, walked to the front, called the police officer back. I'd have adjusted him if he wanted it, but he just had to call.
Well, and you made him wait. You're like, hey, I'm adjusting patients.
I did make him wait one person. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. When you're focused, you're focused. One at a time.
Patient care, yeah.
One at a time. And came back and he said, just to let you know, we got a call that people were not wearing masks in this office. And I said, yes, sir. And he said, there's nothing I can do except for let you know that you got the call. No problem. And I said, if you need anything, you let me know. And he said, are you going to put a mask on? I said, no, sir. And he said, okay. I was like, if there's anything need, please let me know. I'll be here for you if you need it. Ever need adjusted.
Did he have a mask on?
No. Oh, no. Yes, he did. He did. Yeah. So like 3 patients later was a Phoenix motorcycle cop that came in and got adjusted. And his family's pretty holistic. And so I gave him a hard time. I'm like, why are you sending people over? Yeah. He said that they were getting so many calls that they had dedicated officers going to businesses and telling them these things when they could have been out doing
police work,
things that they're much better at. Yeah. And that they're needed for.
Do you think any of them woke up that day and was like, man, I'm so excited to enforce this? Like any of the cops, like,
well, I hope not.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think about stuff like that because there were so many businesses where you could tell, like, the manager of a business was like not wanting to enforce it, but like if they didn't, they would lose their job. Yeah. And so under that premise, it's like they're almost reluctant, but they have to do it. And it's some corporation that they're working for, like even Sprouts went through it for a time. Yeah, and you could tell.
I didn't go to anymore. Yeah, go there for months.
But I remember walking through. Then you could tell, like the manager was like not happy having this conversation. Like he probably woke up that morning and was like
hiring third-party people to enforce things.
Yeah, and so then you think about it, it's like these are real people. Like there's always going to be 2 sides to the coin of like what people are going through. Yeah, and I think there was just this assumption where if you enforced a mask or enforced something, you had to be like gung-ho for it. And I was like, there was plenty of examples of I went to that people were just like so downtrodden. It's like, man, that effect that had on people is just, it's rough. Yeah. It's really rough, I mean,
that was a huge turning point. And,
so you felt like you were kind of like,
don't get me wrong. There was people that I did wear masks for. I mean, there was population that was more susceptible, right? Yeah. And so we had a couple of cancer patients. Like, did I wear a mask for them? Yes. Did I have them come at the end of a shift? Yes. Like, I'm not like being inhumane,
Correct,
right? Like you can't come and see me.
Yeah.
But
you still had a level of respect for the patients that you believe as a healthcare provider needed
we're
it.
at risk.
We're at risk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then everybody else, if you didn't want to come, you didn't want to come.
Yeah.
My business dropped about 20%, and it built up way bigger than that afterwards.
I was going to ask you about that. So at first you were kind of maybe put in the camp of like, oh, he's just crazy holistic guy.
Yeah.
And now since that point, I mean, it's been, 2020, now we're in 2025, right? Like 5 years later, your business is bigger than it's ever been. And you feel like the trends have not just shifted, but have shifted and continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that holistic direction, preventative wellness direction.
Yeah. 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 They got away with it at a good time. And I think the shift has happened now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it doesn't go the other direction. Hopefully this is a long-term shift towards a more healthy population. And it did give us a huge opportunity to talk about chiropractic and how it can be a foundational piece to being healthy, but also that there were so many different things that you can build off of, right? And maybe we have chiropractic as the base, but we also have to look at our intake and know what we're consuming in our supplements. And we also have to look at how are we working out. We also have to look at how we're sleeping. We also have to look at all of these things. And not that chiropractic is going to cover all those things, but I'm going to be a resource for you, right? To number one, answer some of the simpler questions. But if you need to go get blood work, I know the place you can go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we're going to get you to those right places as well. So that's one of the best parts about being in chiropractic is it's a portal of entry system. It's a portal of entry doctor. You don't need to be referred to me. You can come to me whenever, and I can refer to everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So I can get you to the right place too, if chiropractic is not the only thing that you need.
Yeah. I think it was funny because I remember like during that time too, I had to write down who my primary care provider was. And I think I texted you like, hey, you're my primary care provider, right? And he said, yep. I was like, okay. And Katie was like, you wrote down Dr. Ryan Wilk. And I was like, you're darn right I did. She was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's like, I think people are becoming more empowered about their health. I think they're becoming more comfortable, not just talking about it, but taking action.
Yeah.
Even if it means taking, healthy supplements that, okay, this vitamin here. It's like, there's no silver bullet, right? But I think there's an understanding of that. And there's an understanding of, okay, we need to be empowered about our health now. So, but it's just such an interesting switch and trend during, so you're coming out of it. You were married at the time, right? Did you have your first daughter during
she's
COVID?
6.5, so
so she would have been just before, right?
Yep, just born.
Jane was just before. Was there ever a time in that moment though you thought, man, I'm a business owner, but I'm also a husband, I'm also a father, and yes, I believe in this. You said your business took a 20% hit. Did you ever have a point of worry or
No doubt?
No doubt?
No.
That's awesome.
No, you got to live by it. I mean,
That's awesome.
That's one of the things like, okay, so I went to Westies to pick the smoothies for, and so in life, there's congruency, and you have to live as congruent as you can. No one's going to be perfect, but in that moment where all of those things, like you said, husband, newer dad, business owner, going through a pandemic, and
I like how you just put that in there.
just a little one. No, I didn't have any hesitancy because I knew my philosophy on my life was congruent. So no matter the outcomes, I was going to be fine with the outcome as long as I stayed congruent with myself. Right. And so like you think about what we intake, right? So did we try to eat a little healthier? Have we always been kind of shifting and working our diet to become healthier? Yes. Yeah. And so at no point in time did I have any hesitancy with being married. My wife, she's right on board with me. We are hand in hand in this. And with my first daughter, no hesitancy at all. No, it was that way. That's the way we live. I consider it a chiropractic philosophy in life. And because that's what I went through for school and what I learned and that kind of health paradigm, right? So that's my chiropractic health paradigm. And so I lived with it the whole time. No ifs, ands, or buts. If I couldn't go into a store, I couldn't go into a store. If I was the only one in Fry's without a mask on and walking through it like I own the place, I did it. Same thing in Target. Did I boycott the Sprouts? Absolutely. I wasn't going to go in there and play their games when I knew that I had to live by this. Yeah. Right.
I think in business too, the common adage in America, at least, is we vote with our wallets.
Yeah, big time.
And I think some people continue to adhere to that. Other people lost sight of that, but we have the ability, no matter what it is, if we agree or disagree with the business, it doesn't need to be this huge political stand. It's just, I just want to support them then.
100%.
And that shouldn't be a wild concept. Like, I don't know why everything nowadays seems to be so polarizing and so, oh, you didn't go to there, here. It's like, well, but we vote with our wallets. And that's what we're allowed to do as free Americans.
We vote with our wallets, and we can still respect other people's opinions.
100%.
It was fine with me, whatever.
It's not like one or the other.
No, it's not.
It's a both and.
Yeah. Yeah. You can be great friends with people who think completely differently from you. Who cares? Like, as long as you're living congruently and you're a nice person to me and I'm a nice person to you and we get along, cool. Yeah. No big deal. Yeah. No judgment here.
Yep.
Just be a good person, right?
Yeah.
Showed some colors and with all that. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So in the business though, if we were to focus on like, okay, so you're coming out of there, business is doing well. Mm-hmm. As you reflect on an owner, a chiropractor, what are situations that you've gone through that you didn't expect? They're like, man, I didn't expect a patient to come in like this. And obviously you don't have to reveal details, patient, or like dealing with an employee, issue. It's like, these are things that they're not going to teach you in school. Right. But what are some of the more shocking things that you sat back on? You're like it becomes normal to you as a business owner, but then as we reflect on stories, I think it's common for us to go, well, no, that's not normal. Like, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, man, if I could have video footage of some of the things that I've seen and heard in that exam room of mine, there's some crazy stuff, man. Yeah. I did get caught off guard early in my career. We're allowed to pretty much talk about anything in here, right?
Yes, anything. Anything that you're comfortable with. I mean, let it fly.
We're not breaking any HIPAA stuff here. So I had a guy walk in and older gentleman, and I've only seen him a handful of times. He asked, "Hey doc, can I talk to you in the exam room?" And we have a semi-open adjusting area, right? So you're kind of in a space, but it's not full walls, right? And so when somebody asks about a private room, we usually say yes,
of course.
And so, except for the times we say no, which is never.
I don't know when you would say no to that.
No, I don't know either. Just came out that way.
Yeah.
So he asked for the private room, and so I said, yeah, let's go talk about it. And so proceed to walk into the room. I was in front of him, and he closed the door behind him, and I turned around, and he dropped his drawers.
Just immediately.
Immediately.
Like, no warning. It was just
zero warning.
I'm comfortable in this.
He might have been saying like, I have a question, or let me show you this or something. And
just a phrase. Let me show you this.
Yeah. And so that was a little bit of a shocking moment, but he proceeded to tell me that like been having some sexual relations with a younger woman. And he was black and blue from about his belly button to his knees. And you are caught off guard when you see that.
And this was early in your career.
It might have been first year. It might have been second year.
And they don't teach you that in school?
That wasn't covered in the curriculum.
It wasn't chapter 10.
And the whole thing was, hey, doc, do you think I could still lay on my belly and get adjusted? Could have been a little bit easier way to go about that process.
Said it a different way.
Yeah. Could have been a, hey, this is going on. I don't have to show you. Maybe I could just show you my belly and my quad.
Yeah.
But yeah, complete black and blue, like belly button to knees.
Oh my gosh.
And so that younger woman got him. But that was a shocking one. Nobody can prepare you for that. On the business end, I think the shock really just comes in how crappy insurance is. And we're not in network with anybody. It's a big game. I like for people to invest in their health. I think it's the right way to go about it. We pretty much have everybody. It's a pay out of pocket system. Obviously take HSA and we take Medicare because we have to. But I think that's a big shock is how do you run a business and how do you get people to understand what they're coming in for, when they still have to pay for it every time, especially when with a lot of other specialties, they're paying a copay and then they're getting a bill later on for their patient responsibility. Right. So which
is interesting because they're still paying the full amount. Yeah. Is that what you're getting at? Like, hey, you're paying a $25 copay or $50 copay, but you're still paying the back end.
Yeah.
So you say, hey, let's do away with this model. Let's just charge a lesser rate altogether or whatever it comes out to be. Yes. But you pay cash.
Yeah. We're just trying to make it to where it's easier on the business, not as stressful on the employees.
Yeah.
And it's not much of a financial difference for someone who wants to use insurance. Right. Now,
that's crazy.
Obviously, with car accidents and stuff like that, it's completely different ballgame.
Yeah, personal injury.
But the challenge comes in is you have to know how to communicate what you do, right? And if you can't communicate what you do, people are going to just be questioning it the whole time. Like, why am I here? So I think one of the bigger things that I've learned from year one was everybody comes to see me. The majority of people come to see me because they're in pain.
Okay.
But what most people don't realize is that they don't actually come to see me for pain. They come to see me because their pain is affecting their life.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's good.
So what you have to do is have to communicate. Our solution is, yes, we want to get you out of pain. Sure, we do. Of course. Nobody wants to be in pain. But I personally, I really don't care about it.
Yeah.
It's weird to say, right? Like, yes, you're coming in to see me because you are hurting, but I don't really care. What I care about is what you should be doing that you're not doing because you're in pain.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to come and lose to me in pickleball? Yes, of course you do.
No, ain't happening. And we're not going down the pickleball trail tonight.
So it comes to like, hey, I'm an avid golfer. I haven't been able to golf.
Yeah.
I can't even sit and sew for more than 10 minutes. I'm a puzzle guy. Like, I sit and do puzzles every night, and leaning over is killing me. Yeah. Right. And so you're changing a mindset of, yes, I want to get out of pain to, I'm going to get more functional.
Yeah.
I'm going to be able to move better. I'm going to be able to do the thing that I haven't been doing that I really love to do, because that makes me also happy, which creates this upward spiral of, I get out of pain. I'm able to do the fun thing. I'm able to continue to do the fun thing. I'm able to share it with other people. Like, I'm happy. I'm happier. I keep getting happier, right? Like, this is just like this upward spiral of health. And not only does it affect the body and gets the pain levels down, but it affects the mind. And when you can affect the body, then affects the mind, man, you have a lasting impact on people, right? So the number of stories,
like, habits routinely changed because of that. Like, people are naturally adjusting their habits and their lifestyles because of everything you just shared?
Well, I hope that along the way they get little tidbits to consistently want to improve at something.
Yeah.
And that's a journey, right? Like, when was the last time you were stagnant in your life? Like, as far as like, I'm doing the same exact routine, I'm doing the same exact workout, I'm doing the same exact food. Like, we're always shifting, right? So I hope when somebody comes in and they start to feel better and they start to move better and they start to do the things that they want to do, that gradually works its way into, man, I want to start eating better. Yeah. Now I have kids, I want to start moving better. Had a guy that come in today, I want to lose 100 pounds. I asked him, what was your reasoning? I want to be there for my kids. Like, wow, now you got another thing, right? So let's get this hip out of discomfort, sure, but let's let you be able to continue to run on this treadmill or walk on this treadmill and start lifting weights in another month after you're, start to get that process going. And so ultimately, hopefully it's just a lifelong process of increasing, making those shifts, increasing their
That's
health
why you say
awareness.
Focus on function, right? Ever since you started, it's always been focus on function.
Yeah, you got to focus on the function. And that's not just the chiropractic end. That's a foundation to growing all these other things, right?
What's that one patient story, where this all came together and you really like took a step back and had to pause because you saw the change and the impact? I'm sure you've had many, many patients, but I'm sure there's one that really is a defining moment that continues to motivate you, or I'm sure there's many, but walk me through one of those where you just see this triumphant victory.
Because it's such a slow process,
Yep.
right? Because healing takes time, and shifting a paradigm, a mindset to a proactive type of outlook, and really wanting to continue to take care of yourself over and over and over again, and always looking for ways to better your health. It's hard to say that there's one. I think in general, what you see is that the older population, we have a big active adult community out by us. A couple of them actually. You're in Arizona, right? Like you got the Sun Cities, you got the Sun City West, you got the Trilogies. I think you see a lot of them getting back to enjoying their water aerobics and their activities, because basically they live in this active adult community, right? And some of them aren't active.
Yeah.
Because they spent all this time working and trying to get to that point, and then they get to that point and they can't enjoy it. So I think there's lots of big ones in that, right? Of like bringing them back to doing the things that they love.
Well, I didn't mean like it's definitely not an overnight shift, but maybe what I meant to ask is, like, you seem to be a person where gratitude just like is something that overflows in you, and you express it elsewhere, and you sit back and you think, man, I'm grateful to be doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing this life change. I'm building, because to you, patient care isn't just about the adjustments, the relationship. It's, you probably know, off the top of your head, the patients you've seen since day one still versus now. So like maybe it's more of a moment of gratitude where you sit back and you're like, man, there's this one lady that's been coming to me for years, or this one guy.
Yeah. I actually,
not the guy you mentioned before. Let's focus on gratitude.
Yeah. Okay. So actually two pop into my head. Number one is the first patient I ever had. She actually didn't know she was my first patient ever until she invited me to Barrett Jackson. So she works with art. Her husband's in art, and they had a booth set up at Barrett Jackson, and she invited me and gave me tickets as a vendor ticket. And so I went with my dad, and we're walking through, went and said hi to them. And my dad actually told her that she was my first patient ever.
No way.
I had never told her.
Did she just come in one day, call in one day, or like, was it a referral?
I believe it was the first Thursday I was open. I opened on a Monday. I twiddled my thumbs for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Kind of, clinching.
Yep.
Yeah. You got that clinch going, and it's like
clinching what? I'm just kidding.
One of
There's
those.
a maneuver you can work on with that.
You're the only one who's had it here.
No.
So my dad basically breaks the news to her, right?
Yeah.
And last November, December, we took a picture together, and it was our 10-year anniversary. She was my first patient ever, and she's still a patient of mine. And so
how did she take the news?
Oh, she actually thought it was kind of cool, but she didn't know. And I even told her, I was like, I was never going to tell you until like way further on down the line, because I didn't want, you don't want, you want to feel established, right?
You don't want them to feel like you were like experimenting on them. And you had done adjustments for professional practices. It wasn't like anything new, but
no, like I had worked with people in the preceptor. I had worked and done fill-in work leading up to that point and all that stuff. So I had hands-on experience. It was nothing crazy. It's just the fact of that was the first person.
Yeah.
Right. And I guess that's a cool moment. Another one is another patient of mine. She worked in hospitals for a long time. She's out doing she's started her own business now, which is awesome to see. And my wife and I got invited to her wedding, which was really, really cool.
Wow.
And that was awesome. I think those two moments were pretty cool. Like 10-year anniversary of my first ever patient, and she was still with me.
Yeah.
And and getting invited to a patient's wedding, like that, those are two pretty awesome things. Some of the other things that really just stand out are adjusting my best friend's kids. Like every time
amen to that, let's go.
That happens. It's an awesome thing.
Yep.
And we have Yeah, we also have a couple other friends.
Yes, of course.
We have like a core group of people that we know
absolutely
we do all of our events with and everything, and adjusting them as well is, I mean, that's an amazing experience, right? Because it's trust. Taking care of my friends who are expecting moms, like that's cool. Like taking care of your wife when she was pregnant. Those are really cool experiences, and kind of those are kind of like the surreal ones where you're like, man, I am really grateful for this. Like they're trusting me. And they know me, and they know my whole past. Yeah. Right. They know some of the dumb things I've done.
Yeah.
They know what I'm like in real life, and they still trust me to it. Like fantastic. That's like, awesome. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
But I think that's a big one as well.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely grateful you decided to jump on the show.
Yeah, man.
It was really cool. Obviously sharing your journey. Yeah. Best freaking chiropractor I know. So cheers to you, Doctor.
We only have a little bit left. Cheers.
Oh, this was actually a great call. I've never had Westies before, and it won't be the last.
No, it's delicious. They do like this coconut whip, and it is ridiculously good.
It's phenomenal.
Just eat that by the spoonful.
Yes. Best freaking chiropractor I know, Dr. Ryan Jones. I mean, Will, there you go.
You had to throw it in there, didn't you?
Just at the end.
Just had to.
The wives are watching at the end. That's
fantastic.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Absolutely.